Okay, now I have gotten to where my soap has gone into Vaseline stage and it looks good. And right now I've turned off my crock pot, and it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. You know, that's about how long it takes in this crock pot. And so what I'm going to do is let it cool off to around 100 degrees. And I'm going to add Spearmint essential oil, and I'm going to add the aloe vera. So when it gets to be that time, I'll bring you back and we'll see how it's done. Okay, what I've done is I've removed the soap and put it in a sterile, clean bucket. Okay, and this is really used for painting, but I like it because it's cheap and it works well. So I want it to cool off, so I don't want it to sit in the crock pot. So now it's already down to 190, 189, 188, 187. So you can see that it's already gone down quite a bit because it was 200 degrees and I didn't like that. So I put it in this bucket to cool off faster. This is a half a cup of aloe vera water. And you can ingest it. This is for drinking. So if you can put it in your body, you can make soap with it. General rule. Okay, and this is Crafty Bubbles Spearmint essential oil, which we're going to put in our soap. I've had some requests for Spearmint, so we're going to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my essential oil first, and then I'm going to add my aloe vera second. Now I have a half a cup here that I'm going to add to this. If I feel it needs more, I might not add another half cup, but I would add probably a fourth. So we'll have to see when we get to that point. So when this cools down to about 100 degrees, then I'll bring you back. Okay, I've added my half a cup to my aloe vera gel, and it's down to around 100. I'm just going to mix it up. In fact, I'm going to use a different spoon because now that it's getting cooler, it's getting a little bit harder, so I need a firmer spoon. And just work it in there, and it will. It's a half a cup, so it's not going to change your. It's not going to be too wet, is what I'm saying. So, and a half a cup is plenty to put in this. This is a little over. This is 2.79, I believe, pounds. So, okay, and now I'm going to add my essential oil. Let's see where we're at now. Now I only have a little less than a half ounce, so I'm going to add all of this essential oil into the soap. So boy, that smells great. Yum yum. Makes you want to get out a piece of chewing gum. Alright. I'm probably bumping the camera. You know, that's my deal. I bumped the camera. Okay, now we're going to get the mold. I'm going to get the mold. And we're going to mold this. Okay, I wanted to show y'all an alternative. I have a lot of people that are my customers from out of state, and believe it or not, I meet them at market. And they'll say, oh, well, I live in Florida or Georgia or wherever, and I say, well, that's no big deal, you know, we can ship. But they also like to take things with them that are travel size. So what I'm doing is I'm taking plastic wrap, and since I can't get the rest of this in my mold, I have a plastic mold here of these travel size pieces of, or bars rather, and I'm putting the mold down in here. Okay, it really sticks to the mold. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking some soap and placing it, don't plop it, and then take a flat spatula and press it down in there like this. Now the reason why you want to not put the soap in the mold directly is because you would destroy it to get it out. It's not, this mold is not made for that. And you can see the size. It's a good travel size. Let's see here. This one kind of got a little hardened. And you can trim them up and make them look nice, you know, when you're done. But you can see that that's going to be a nice size when it hardens. And then as you can see, you just pick that up out of the mold when you're done. Okay, and I'm going to get some more plastic wrap. This is my Fred's plastic wrap that cost me $1, so it's not like a big deal. Okay, and I'm going to put my plastic down in the bottom again, and then place it in there. Now if this is too much for this particular mold, then I can just, which it looks like it's going to be okay, I could just take the excess and use it for this next mold. So, but it looks like this one's going to fill up nicely, so you can see. Okay, and the rest of this I can use as a sample, so nothing goes to waste. So I'm going to pull another piece of clean wrap, clear plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in this last mold and make a sample size. Okay, unless I have enough. I mean, I may have enough, who knows. We'll see here in just one second. And the good thing about hot process is it's pliable. You know, it's definitely something you can work with for a little while until and of course, like I said, it can be cleaned up afterwards. Okay, now this is what it looks like on the back side. I'm going to use that one for a sample, but the rest of them are good sized travel soaps. So when they come out, I'll show y'all what they look like. And of course, okay, now this is hardened already, and I've already taken it out of the mold and taken the paper off, and it turned out to be a really good bar, and it smells wonderful. Smells like a piece of Spearmint bubblegum. There we go. And I'm going to move that out of the way. Move the paper here. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that. Let me check the camera. Yep. So, this was my trial size. I mean, yeah, the trial size that I was turning into a sample. and it's already cooled off. And it can be trimmed up and cut in 4 ways to make a sample, which is what I'll do, and then I put them in little plastic baggies. And on this, these are done, so they just slip out like this. And then you take your wrapper and just peel it off. And that's it. And you can clean them up with a potato peeler. But that's the trial size. And it'll be ready for market tomorrow. And then let me trim this off. Always trim my edges off to make sure that when I start cutting my bars, I get you know, a nice clean edge. So that's what the inside looks like. So this is the Aloe Vera soap. It's a really firm bar already. By tomorrow it'll be really good bar. As soon as it loses all its heat, it'll be a hard bar. And I'm going to include the percentages per ingredient and instructions, because it is aloe vera soap, and like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot of recipes out there or instructions on aloe vera. And aloe vera has enzyme in it, and what it does is it penetrates through 3 layers of skin, and it takes away the dead skin, gets rid of the dead skin, and then it rejuvenates the cells in the skin, and which is a good thing. So I'm going to cut another bar here. Let's see, there we go. And as it dries, those dark spots will get whiter, but that's the aloe vera in the soap. So it turned out to be a really nice bar. That's a hard bar, and I'm really proud of that. That's good. So I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to cut the loaf, clean them up, and get them ready for market tomorrow. You can hear my husband coming in the door. So that's it. Now I'm gonna let it cool a little more, because you can see inside how, you know, it's still a little bit warm, and that's why it looks the way it does. So I'm gonna let this cool some more, and then I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm going to clean them up, and they'll be ready for market. So this is how you do aloe vera soap, and